feminist, and whenever I get in a fight with a man, which is primarily what feminism is, I always find myself at the same standstill where they're like, ugh, will you feminists ever be happy? Will you ever be satisfied? And thank you so much for asking. Absolutely not. What are you talking about? Of course not. Unhappiness is the basis of the movement. We're upset. We're staying that way. Thank you for checking in, though. Thank you. But for me personally, I personally will not be satisfied until I no longer have to pluck the hairs from my areolas in order to feel worthy of love. And that a question mark, because who else? Am I right, ladies? Hello, thank you so much for participating in that, ladies. I like when I just am met with dead silence. As if to tell me, don't fucking tell them. I can't know we have nipple hair too, but we do. We really do, I'm telling you, it's bad. But to me, the need for feminism isn't measured by the wage gap or the constant threat of physical violence against women. It's just measured by how many times a week do I personally have to sit in operating room lighting and just take a sharp instrument to the most sensitive part of my body and yank out God's creation to further sexualize these non-sexual organs. How often do I have to do that? God forbid my sexual partners realize I'm a person, right? I feel like body hair is like a gateway reminder. First it's my nipple hair, and then they're like, wait a second. Oh my God. This bitch might have her own thoughts and feelings. Ugh, boner killer. No thank you. No people for me. Objects only. Thank you so much. Evidently, you guys, not a boner killer. I've been still catching mad boners. Catching mad boners in my hairy snatch. And I do it all for you. Thank you. I do it all for you. That is, in its essence, a boner joke, but it is also the truth. I do be catching mad boners, you guys. I do sleep around a lot, and I've been learning a lot about myself on this promiscuous journey. For example, I don't know if any other women in this room have this talent, but I discovered I have this talent. So exciting for me. Whenever I sleep with someone new, I can always tell exactly where their ex-girlfriend's clitoris was. I do have a urinary tract infection right now. And whenever I get them all the time. Whenever I talk about getting a UTI, I can always tell the other person in the conversation kind of tenses up. I should be embarrassed by saying I have a UTI. I'm basically admitting to them that I had sex and forgot to pee afterwards, which is not the only way to get a urinary tract infection, you guys. It's not the only way. It is how I got mine, but it's not the only way. The truth about the urinary tract infection is that it happens when fecal matter gets into the urethra. Okay? And how it got there, ladies, is your business. Your fecal matter, your business. Or at least hopefully your fecal matter, I don't know. Got some freaks in the audience, I don't know. Was that what the Women's March was about? Still fuzzy on the details. I'm very upset about the political climate right now. Obviously it's a disaster out there. I try not to think about it, but I do think there are some good conversations at least coming out of it. Conversations that we might not have otherwise had. For example, we're talking a lot more openly about how America is a very white, male-dominated culture, right? And my whole thing is, what if America likes being dominated? What, are we going to kink shame America now on top of everything else going on? I don't think so. Not on my watch. I'll show you a male-dominated culture. It's this fungus growing in my pussy right now. 3 people right here who really like me, and the rest of you are like, touch and go, and that's perfectly fine with me. They're my new friends. My dad and I don't see eye to eye politically on everything. I don't know if that's a common problem, right? Talking politics with your parents. It can be tough, right? But my dad, he tries his best. He's really doing his best, but he can't help it. He's just like this white, blue-collar man from 1950s Irish-American Boston, you know? He just thinks the way he thinks, and there's no talking him out of it. But he's that while simultaneously now being a man who lives in the hills of Vermont and is married to a polyamorous witch. That creates quite an interesting cocktail of political views, right? He ends up being more progressive than the thing he's bigoted against. Right now he has a really hard time with the transgender issues and pronouns. And I was trying to explain to him as best I could. I was like, Dad, respecting someone's pronouns is a small but important way you can validate their entire identity as a human being. And to be careless about that is basically a reflection of your own privileged worldview. And he was like, Anya, I don't know why you're so attached to the language of the man-made construct of gender. Holy shit! Whoa, Dad! You're still a bigot, but I will think about it.